Welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Halloween, all you folks out there. Hope you're looking forward to a great weekend. It's Dr. Shane back with another Friday 5 minute magic tip. Hope you guys had a great week. Looking forward to a great weekend, having some fun. Also, don't forget tomorrow, happy DPC Day, November 1st. Hope you're planning on having some fun for that. I got a little magic tip to share with you guys today. Speaking about fear, don't be afraid of those employers that might be creeping around looking for some help. Are you scared of employers? Scared of working with employers? Afraid it will change your practice, change how you think about DPC? Hey, it's your practice. You have control and power. Um, but a lot of people think that if they start working with employers, it changes the way they operate, changes their DPC. I could see that. I could feel that. A lot of folks say, hey, if you're not taking payments directly from a patient, it's not direct anymore. But is direct primary care just a payment model? I'm just wondering if that is that all there is to it for us. Recently heard a talk given by a DPC physician at a huge conference, and it was about what makes DPC great, and it was primarily all about the payment mechanisms, how we get paid. Not so sure that that's all there is to DPC. So I want you to think about that a little bit. How do we define DPC? Continues to be a gray area all over for all of us. Even the pure DPC fanatics like me and others. How do you define DPC? There's been some definitions put out there in legal stances. But it's often, as a Supreme Court justice once said, talking about a case, I often can't define it, but I know it when I see it. And that's kind of how I see DPC a lot. Very hard to pin down a full definition. But I think it's more than just a payment model, a payment mechanism. Certainly critical area is how we get paid for sure. But is it not more than a payment mechanism? Can employers hold money out of an employee's check and take that money and pay us all at one time? It's still being paid by the employee. Yes, the employer is paying for it, but it's coming right out of their check. So there's some caveats there that I think we all should consider. I would love for the system to change and employers not be involved at all. I'd love that. I'd love to be everything come from the employees, HSA, some kind of great system. But, the majority of people get their insurance or health care through their employer. I don't like that. That's the system we're in, and we have to play in that system right now. I don't see that changing, to be honest. It's just not possible to get around it right now. So if 60% of people get their insurance through employers, I think it's something we need to consider. Helping those people, you're just going to turn those people away. Sure, they could sign up independently. That's for sure. But many employers are looking for better care. They're trying to do what's best for their employees. And a lot of them are learning about DPC and want to encourage their employees to consider DPC as an option. So if an employer comes to you and they have 400 patients, 400 employees, and they want you to take them on, and you start doing the math, counting that up, well, that's thousands and thousands of dollars. It's going to be able to help me expand my practice, maybe hire other employees, make me financially sound. Are you going to turn that away? You're going to refuse that money? You're going to refuse to help those people, refuse to help that employer? Something you need to think about. So it's not easy. Working with employers, I say don't be afraid, but it's definitely not easy. You need to be prepared. You need to think about it. You need to be paid appropriately for administrative nightmares that can come along with working with employers. But I don't think how you're paid is the super critical down the hill reason for direct primary care. What about all the other aspects that we do in direct primary care? The access, the time, the low-cost med, low-cost labs, care navigation we do, helping people get to where they need to be, finding low-cost surgeries, procedures, imaging, working outside of the insurance, all the virtual visits, after-hours connections, all the other things we do in DPC that make us great, that aren't wrapped up in the payment mechanism. So we can't throw all those things out. I think all those factors make a big difference in defining who we are in DPC as well. And it's critical that patients get that care and access and the value for how we are paid. So I wish it was more cut and dry, black and white, but it's not. So if you want to work with employers, that's great. Find out how you can do it. There's people like me and others out there that are doing it. We'll help you. You can catch up my book. If you click right here, you can get a copy of my book. There's a link there. Shows you how we've done it and try to help you get through some of the pitfalls of doing it. So you don't have to be afraid to work with employers. It can be done. You don't have to change your outlook on being pure DPC or how you want to do. I don't want to participate in these plans and that plans. You can set all that up with employers at the beginning. There's ways around it. If you don't want to work with employers and you feel like that's evil, that's just tearing down what pure DPC is, that's fine. You can play that route, go that route too, and continue to have great DPCs and great practices. I don't think it would be worth coming against me or others who are working with employers or saying that we're not DPC. I don't think that would be a smart move, or you'd have a heavy case for that. So don't be afraid of employers. You don't have to work with them, but they're going to be small employers and small businesses in your community that really want your help, really need your help. So you need to think about that as time goes on. Again, happy DPC Day tomorrow. Hope you guys celebrate that. Share that with your community. You can contact me at drshane@dpcmagic.com, drshane@dpcmagic.com. Love to chat about you. If you want to come at me about direct payments, the only mechanism for DPC that we should be taking, we can have that call and have some fun banter back and forth. But you guys have a great weekend.